Hey guys, Grassman here, play more Magic Survival, and today we're just gonna chill. Or more specifically, stand still, as we're not going to move today. This will probably be the last Magic Survival video as well, unless people want to see more, because, there is no story. We don't, kind of have to play a certain amount of levels like we did in PvZ. And, we had fun with it for a while, and it's kind of based on views, so I wanted to see, how many people are watching the episodes. It's dropped off, which is expected, so we'll move on to Island War, which is the other big one. Or we'll move on to a couple smaller ones, then we'll go to Island War, which was the big one. So let me invest in 2 of these. This looks good. I'll take the human, because I definitely need the MP gains. Electric Zone to start would be pretty good. I'm gonna go, Laboratory. Laboratory, if I remember correctly, has a lot of, Suiciders. Okay, Shield's important. I guess we're getting double shield. So we should be okay, because the Electric Zone will handle everything for the first little while. But the magic's definitely going to go up slowly. So I think most of today is just going to end up being talking. Yeah, at least for the first while, we're barely going to get any MP. We'll need to choose some attacks fairly quick, because we need to be able to deal with the medium guys, starting relatively soon. So, how was your day yesterday? I'm actually recording this at a weird time. Oh, yeah, there's the red. Right, so at the red, a bunch of these guys spawn. Yeah, I'm remembering the laboratory now. I'm recording this video at a weird time. It's almost 9 o'clock today, and this video will be uploaded in like an hour, or sooner. The reason I'm recording this at such a weird time is because I forgot to yesterday, and I kind of just fell asleep. As far as I remember, I just fell asleep on the floor, and then I woke up in my bed. I was watching like an RT game video, and I was about to get up to go do something quickly and then record the video. And then I just fell asleep. And, I guess, I don't quite remember what happened, but the video was just still lying open on the floor where I was watching it. These all really suck. I guess we're gonna go Magic Bolts. Magic Bolt isn't the... Lava Zone just kind of sucks, especially for this challenge. Not moving is hard. But Magic Bolt just also is really bad. We need some better ones. We could have really used Fireball or Electric Bolts. Both of those would have been good. Yeah, the Magic's coming in so slow, though. And that's even with, the 5% MP gain from Human and 15%, I think it is, from the Powers. It's still just so slow. We're at 3 minutes. We're at 2 minutes in-game, and we've only just hit, 1 level. I'm almost gonna hit 2. I did some more driving yesterday as well. It was the 6th time out or something. We have multiple vehicles. We have an SUV and a van. So I had been starting with driving the SUV. Fireball? Yeah, we'll do Fireball. AoE, fairly fast recharging AoE seems good. We've been driving the SUV, and then there was a problem because of potholes. And then we started driving the van. But the way my dad's doing this, he keeps doing things that I don't he keeps telling me to do things I don't expect him to do or don't think I'm ready for. So the first, and I am, but the first 2-3 days we were just in the parking lot. Then the 4th day, we go out on the small back roads, and we're just driving around, and then it's okay, yeah, you're doing good on these small roads. Now cross this medium road. What? Okay, just cross it. Great. Now cross this bigger road. What? And it's you're driving around on roads that you expect to go into school zones constantly. Ones you expect to be 30 kilometers half the time because of school zones. Then it's cross this big one you expect to be a constant 50, and it just goes across a bunch of the city. And then cross this bigger one, which you expect to have a speed limit of a 60 that goes out to the perimeter. And then yesterday, We were... I'd gotten used to the van, like, 3 days ago? We're doing it, like, every other day? Yeah, 3 days ago. And then yesterday, Yesterday, he's like... Because I didn't really need to, like, drive around the parking lot too much more. He's like, we're gonna drive down this road. And we drive down to the road, and then we turn around, and we come back. And then just turn onto this, really busy, like, road that's got an actual speed limit of 60k. And just turn onto it, and then turn on into the parking lot on the right. And it's so close, I was literally just able to, like, turn right the entire time, and I would go in. But, still, it's like... It was like a big road he asked me to turn onto. I was thinking about it as, like, that's an interesting way of, like, teaching driving. Or teaching anything. Like, because there's the way of you slowly take it step by step. And then there's, like, the way of, like, slow bits here and there. And then just really random big jumps in the middle. A big spike of challenge, and then it comes back down. And a spike of challenge, and then it comes back down. Just to, like, knock you outside your comfort zone before putting you back in. New attacks are only better here, because we're getting such little MP. Getting more small attacks is probably going to be better than getting a single big attack. And I was thinking about that, and it's a very interesting way of teaching anything in general. Instead of doing little bumps, do a little bump followed by a big spike, and then a little bump, and then a little bump, and then a big spike, and then it comes back down. It has to come back down after the spikes, but just have these big spikes that jut out of nowhere. And then he was saying, like, electric shock or energy bolt again? Let's stick with what I was saying with new attacks. Energy bolt to start doesn't actually seem too powerful. Maybe I should have gotten the bolts. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and then he says, like... He says, like, oh yeah, and on Monday we're gonna go drive down this big road. Okay. And it's like, I've still only done, like, 1 day of, like, small roads driving, and, like, 5 days in the parking lot or so. And it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go drive this down this 60k an hour road tomorrow. And then he said, and I'm just gonna drive down this way so I can remember what's down here. I haven't been down here in 2-3 years. Yeah, I just gotta remember what's down here. I was thinking about it, and it's an interesting way of just teaching anything, to do it in, like, almost a normal way of steps, but with really random difficulty spikes just in the middle. I wonder if people have done, like, a learning analysis of, like, what strategy is better. For, like, is the strategy of small steps better, or is the strategy of small steps with big random spikes better, or is a strategy of a big step and then a big step and then a big step, like constant big steps putting you outside of your comfort zone the entire time until you understand it. I'd be interested in, like, seeing results of those kinds of things. You know what I just realized about this game? The magic attacks only really happen in the smallest little area. Oh my god, look at all those crawlers coming from the north. Incineration only attacks downward. I'm thinking Electric Zone. It is by far our most important, most useful tool right now. Because there's so many small guys that it handles. Like, so many others wouldn't have even been targeted by the attacks, if not for the Electric Zone. Starting to get our first exploders. Technically, I think the crawlers are also having exploding mode, but... Excuse me. The big red dot ones are the main like, first exploders. Okay. Damage and size, a stun chance, static release. It's the only one that really seems good enough for what we're applying it to. I mean, the stun chance maybe, but... And we're having our first tanks coming in, too. We're at about 8 minutes. We've been able to survive so far. Our magic attacks are still very lacking, though. As soon as, like, more tanks come in... Get Frost Nova. As soon as more tanks come in, or as soon as, like, the first mega tanks come in, I think we lose. Shouldn't have taken the Frost Nova as well. It's got too slow of cooldown. What are the kinds of ways are there to learn something? Small spikes, small steps, big steps, small steps with spikes. What other... I guess we're taking an attack. What other, like, ways, or well-known ways would there be to teach something? I guess it kind of depends exactly what you're talking about when you say teach. Because, like, with... What do we take? Explosion radius? Yeah. Maybe the bolts, actually. Maybe explosion radius would have been better. Okay, here's the first big exploders. That almost reached me. Yeah, that's a little, now there's 3 of them. They're not too bad as long as I hit them with some sort of magic attack other than just the normal, electric zone. Or if they get frozen or anything. Vitality. Maybe Vitality just so we have some HP regen. Oh, we get no artifacts during this run, don't we? Yeah, we never get an artifact during this run. We don't get artifacts, we don't get energy things, we don't get hearts, we don't get money, we don't get invincibility crystals. We're getting more, abilities now. Because now the really big guys, the tanks and the tanks and the big exploders, are dropping a lot of MP whenever we kill one. Big exploders especially, by the looks of it. And because we already just had so little MP, because we haven't been getting it the entire time, we're going up levels quite fast now. Energy Bolt. Still is kind of slow. I guess we've gotten a decent amount of levels from it, though. Fireball or Tsunami? Maybe we take level 1 of Tsunami, because it does protect us quite a bit for a fair while. It just kind of on the base level, it's kind of slow. Because it'll likely kill everything, but it's slow and it's got a small duration. Okay, I'm just gonna, like, leave this here for a sec. Damage, size, and speed. Okay, light amplification, I'll be right back. Never bat mind. I'm back sooner than I thought. I don't actually know if we're going to be able to survive today, or if we'll die. I was expecting to die today, because I didn't think I could actually survive for so long. 2 at a time, and plus a max of 1. My arms are, like, still sore. It's not as bad as yesterday, but... they are still fairly sore. I think I talked about this in one of the other videos. Do we take Meteor? I think Electric Bolts. I was doing some, like, intense exercise on Friday. Because our softball got cancelled because of the rain. Okay, here's the first, Mega Tank. Uh-oh. Is he dead? Uh-oh. Cyclone? Uh-oh. Huh? Huh? Sorry, what? So, I think I remember this. When the mega tanks die, they drop equipment. And so because he died over top of me, he dropped a lightning rod onto me. That was a bit weird. Okay, well, let's hope this satellite will hit the mega tank when he comes. Because the next mega tank is possibly going to kill us. Please hurry up, shield. Thank you. We need at least 2 charges if we want any chance of survival. I'm watching for where it's coming from. Take a fireball upgrade. Fireball does do a fair bit of direct damage, and it's going to be, like, used against the mega tank a lot, because as soon as he gets too close, it'll immediately start hitting him. Satellite probably over fast casting. Fast casting is good in the long term, but because we're not going to survive too long, we just need better abilities to kill the mega tank. Here it comes. On the right. Da, da, da. Okay, we're going to need the magic bolt. 2 additional targets. Don't need that. Pierce all enemies. Explodes in 5 bursts. Die. Oh my god. Oh my god, we killed it, but there's another one. I think this is the end for us. It died. Okay, hang on. I want to say, it died. It died, and you can see the chest there. So, do I really lose that? Is that like the win condition for this challenge? This challenge doesn't really have a win condition. Is the win condition just, I killed the enemy that killed me before I died? Post-mortem kill. Meaningful results, skillful reaction capability, able to reuse. Really? I didn't move. I survived 12 minutes by not moving. What do you mean skillful reaction capability? I didn't have any reaction. I was in hibernation. What are you talking about? No, I'm actually surprised I could survive for so long. Oh god. It's the anime NSFW. Run for your lives. I'm buy a research point. No. Other than that first run, I didn't really get any, like, points anywhere. I did the 1 run, and then I, like, messed around for 2 runs. But yeah, I think, like I said in the beginning, I think that's it for Magic Survival, unless, like, this video gets particularly amount of views, or people specifically say they want to say more a fair bit, because, I mean, even I get tired of it after a while, because it is kind of repetitive. It is fun, though, at the same time, because it is just chaotic. But I think it's just not my kind of repetitiveness, either. I like the repetitiveness of Mindustry attacking levels, or, like, even wave levels, where you get to build out your structure, and then you just get to defend from the enemies, or attack the base, and sure, maybe it's only the same 3 guns using the same line of ammo to just blow up more enemy stuff, moving up forward and forward more. But still, I find that fun. And I just don't, I kind of don't find the random explosion stuff as fun. Still fun, but just not sustainable for me. But again, if it gets a particular amount of views, then I can do another episode. Otherwise, we're going to move on to a small game today, and probably Island War tomorrow or the next day. We'll see when. I have a couple of small games I still want to do, and only, like, 2 more big ones, so might be a couple more small ones before the next big. But, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to enjoy my content. If you'd like to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.